just to recap from yesterday, Alexander Boris DeFeffel Johnson found himself in a bit of a pickle. Faced a lot of pressure over the fact that he oh God, I just pulled the guy's name up on. So he hired a guy, appointed a guy to deputy chief whip, government position, who had been accused of some bad shit that Boris apparently knew about as early as 2019 due to complaints. Appointed him anyway. If you want to guess, if you haven't seen this already, what he was actually accused of, his name was Chris Pincher. So, and he was appointed deputy chief whip. He was accused of groping men in bars, to which Boris once reportedly joked, "Pincher by name, pincher by nature." So that's not a good. It's not a good look if you knew that Pincher was a pincher, joked about Pincher being a pincher, and then gave Pincher a whip. That on top of Partygate, on top of failing at COVID, on top of everything else with the fucking PPE scandals, like, yeah, you're oh God. That's the last straw. He faced a record number of resignations within 24 hours. It's now up to 61. The story actually reminds me of Ross Thompson, because Ross Thompson was a gay Tory MP in Aberdeen. He was actually in the constituency I lived in at the time, in Aberdeen South. He was really bad. He was so dumb. He used to do he would do like really weak performances on interviews and question time, and he would actually make YouTube videos. He tried to make SNP and Labour cringe compilations from the House, and he'd edited it with like Windows Movie Maker, and there was like time warp fucking music in the background and shit. It was really bad. And it turned out that he had made the videos when he was supposed to be working as well. This guy had his term cut short as well. He was only in office for just over a year. And his term was cut short because he had gotten drunk and went to the bar, the Westminster bar, and groped men. He got drunk, groped some men. They decided to, they tried to get him off the hook, saying that he had Brexit stress, until a whole bunch of other people came out and said, people from the local Aberdeen council said, oh yeah, he does do that. And then his ex came out and said, yeah, that's the reason we're not together anymore. So, yeah. So he had to go. And the moral of the story here, I think, and something that Boris should have been aware of, is that this is the Conservative policy. Like, the Tory policy is you can be gay and you can be a sex pest, but you can't be both. If you're both, you're done. That's too far. That crosses the Tory threshold. Okay? Especially if your name is Pincher. I'm not saying that you should make a value judgment about someone because their name is Pincher, but would have helped Boris in this case. Yeah. Oh God. Anyway, 60 plus resignations. Boris finally chose to announce his resignation today. Let's see. I haven't watched this, so we'll just fire in.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you, thank you. It is clearly now the will of...
The previous record for resignations in the space of 24 hours was 11. And I think that happened in 1932. Apparently it was over Canada. So, Canada outdone in levels of importance by a guy called Pincher. Okay.
The Parliamentary Conservative Party, that there should be a new leader of that party and therefore a new Prime Minister. And I've agreed with Sir Graham Brady, the chairman of our backbench MPs, that the process of choosing that new leader should begin now. And the timetable will be announced next week. And I've today appointed a cabinet to serve, as I will, until a new leader is in place. So I want to say to the millions of people who voted for us in 2019, many of them voting Conservative for the first time, thank you for that incredible mandate, the biggest Conservative majority since 1987, the biggest share of the vote since 1979. And the reason I have fought so hard in the last few days...
Yeah, he really did smash that election, didn't he? It's funny because Boris used to say when he was like himself backbench, he used to say that like his strategy would be to make as many gaffes as possible so that the media didn't know which ones to focus on. I think the problem is that in the UK, if you become a prime minister, they can just focus on like all of them. Which is the donor link that works? This one. The Streamlabs one. I need to get rid of the other one, but I haven't. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, there you go.
To continue to deliver that mandate in person was not just because I wanted...
Smashed it with only 43... Well, 43%... I don't know if you're joking, but like 43% of the vote is a lot. Like, that's big in the UK. Yeah. We have more than two parties. Yeah, okay.
To do so. But because I felt it was my job, my duty, my obligation to you to continue to do what we promised in 2019. And of course, I'm immensely proud of the achievements of this government, from getting Brexit done to settling our relations with the continent for over half a century, reclaiming the power for this country to make its own laws in Parliament, getting us all through the pandemic, delivering the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe, the fastest exit
Ukraine,
from lockdown, and
crime and punishment,
last few months,
Brexit,
leading the West in standing up to Putin's aggression in Ukraine.
Oh, there we go, Ukraine.
And let me say now to the people of Ukraine.
Shipping brown people to Rwanda? Why doesn't he say that? His voters like that.
That I know that we in the UK will continue to back your fight for freedom.
The British Empire, the French Republic,
and
fighting them at the beaches.
In this country,
fighting them on the hills.
Forward a vast program of investment in infrastructure and skills and technology, the biggest in a century.
Okay. Your favorite Tory with the $59 just fucking took that whole bar up yourself, didn't you? Oh, okay. Wow. Thank you so much. I've been streaming for half an hour. Fuck. Thank you. Shall I make a new? No. Oh God. No. Sorry, it's fine. We'll just leave that.
Because if I have one insight into human beings, it is that genius and talent and enthusiasm and imagination are evenly distributed throughout the population, but opportunity is not. And that's why we must keep leveling up, keep unleashing the potential of every part of the United Kingdom.
Gigapog.
And if we
diamond headshot
do that in this country, we will be the most prosperous in Europe. And in the last few days, I've tried to persuade my colleagues that it would be eccentric to change governments when we're delivering so much, and when we have such a vast mandate, and when we're actually only a handful of points behind in the polls, even in mid-term after quite a few months.
The real question is, which cunt do you think will be stuck with who replaces him? Well, we're going to get to that. Like, it's only funny because Boris is like fucked and he's sad. But I mean, yeah, it's not like a good day for Britain or anything, you know. Yeah.
Months of pretty relentless sledging, and when the economic scene is so difficult domestically and internationally. And I regret not to have been successful in those arguments. And of course, it's painful not to be able to see through so many ideas and projects myself. But as we've seen at Westminster, the herd instinct is powerful. When the herd moves, it moves. And my friends, in politics, no one is remotely indispensable. And our brilliant and Darwinian system will produce another leader equally committed to taking...
Holy shit. Our Darwinian system. Oh, God. The brilliant genetic selection of the Houses of Parliament. Oh, God. Fuck me. Is it... Is it Darwinian because this fucking dumb chimp didn't even last as long as Theresa May? Is that why?
This country forward.
Survival of the
times,
least cringe.
Not just helping families to get through it, but changing and improving the way we do things, cutting burdens on businesses and families, and yes, cutting taxes, because that is the way to generate the growth and the income we need to pay for great public services. And to that new leader, I say, whoever he or she may be, I say I will give you as much support as I can. And to you, the British public, I know that
booing in the background.
That there will be many people who are relieved, and perhaps quite a few who will also be disappointed. And I want you to know how sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world. But them's the breaks. I want to thank Carrie and our children and all the members of my family who have had to put up with so much for so long. I want to thank the peerless British civil service for all the help and support that you have given.
Daddy, why is everyone talking about a sex pest called Pincher? Daddy. Maruzzi with the 300 bits. If this man doesn't go on The Masked Singer as either a haystack or a corn husk, my soul will forever be sad. He does have a very Cornish look, doesn't he?
Given our police, our emergency service.
I'd like to thank my unspecified number of children. What can I say? My Darwinian seed has been very prolific the past few decades.
And of course, our fantastic NHS who at critical moment helped to extend my own period in office, as well as our armed services and our agencies that are so admired around the world, and our indefatigable Conservative Party members and supporters whose selfless campaigning makes our democracy possible.
God, he's really dragged this out. Remember when Theresa May just said, thanks, I love the country, and then cried and left? At least that was short and sweet, and it got the content in there. Oh, God.
I want to thank the wonderful staff here at Chequers, here at Number 10, and of course at Chequers, and our fantastic prop force detectives, the one group, by the way, who never leak.
It's okay, Boris. You've got about a month. I think he's going to stay in office for a month because he doesn't want to be the guy who didn't even last as long as Theresa May. He's got a month for Germany to invade Poland. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? We think it's possible, chat?
Above all, I want to thank you, the British public, for the immense privilege that you have given me. And I want you to know that from now on until the new Prime Minister is in place, your interests will be served and the government of the country will be carried on. Being Prime Minister is an education in itself.
Oh, God.
I've traveled to every part of the United...
I've learned many lessons.
What are you, a fucking
liberal? The ship is leaving the rats. I've learned many lessons as Prime Minister. Namely, don't brag about shaking people's hands when there's a pandemic unfolding. don't have a party when telling the rest of the British public not to have parties. Turns out they dislike it when people have parties that they're not invited to in Great Britain. Finally, I've learned to always make value judgments instantly about gay men called Pincher. That's, oh God. He's gonna do that for the rest of his fucking life now. He's built a fucking defense. Yeah. I guarantee you, Boris has at one point thought this is his own fault for not being homophobic enough. If only I'd been a bit more, if only I hadn't embraced this woke culture. If only I'd stuck to homophobic slurs and keeping the gays out of power. If only, Boris. All right.
Kingdom, and in addition to the beauty of our natural world, I found so many people possessed of such boundless British originality and so willing to tackle old problems.
British, to be fair. Like, it is like British comedy that a guy called Pincher. Oh God, all right.
In new ways, that I know that even if things can sometimes seem dark now, our future together is golden. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Way, thanks. Oh God, thanks for the fucking trip, Boris. Wow. Does anyone have the Westminster voting intention charts? Like the most recent ones? I can see June here, but not July. Are there any from July? Preferably the YouGov one. So now I guess the question is who replaces him? It's very possible he'll get replaced by someone worse. Priti Patel. I think Michael Gove is already off the list. Rishi Sunak. That Nadeem guy whose last name I can't remember. Like, yeah, there's a lot of fucking... I've got this is the favorites. Who the fuck is Ben Wallace? Who the fuck? I don't know who this guy is. Why is he top of the list? Have I been out of the loop? Defense Secretary. Oh wait, okay. Are you sure? Are you sure he's not like a general? And this is a coup? I don't know. Who the... Okay, I know the name Penny Mordaunt. I know Liz Truss. There's no fucking way she's winning. Rab, no. Hunt, maybe. Zahawi, no. Javed, probably. Yeah, he could. Oh God, if Priti Patel wins, oh God. Fucking Daenerys Targaryen with the fucking dragon wings. Oh no. Imagine if Pincher announced his candidacy. That would be fucking brilliant. Just for the memes, you know? Ben Wallace, out of fucking nowhere, apparently. Why? What's his thing? Oh, wait, they polled Conservative Party members. Okay. Well, it's going to be them who decide, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't look like... So, yeah, I think it still seems unlikely that there's going to be a general election anytime soon, based on the stuff we were watching yesterday. Yeah, I think it's more likely that they're just going to appoint a new leader, get on with it. But based on Keir's performance yesterday... I don't know. I don't think it's impossible that he would win. I think he's very likely to fuck it up because it's what he's like. But I hope this is from July. Otherwise, I'm going to ban you, actually, because I said July. Fuck. Yes. Yeah. No, I've seen a more recent one. Labour were 10 points ahead than the last one I saw. I mean, they've been in the lead for fucking ages, though. Like, since December. Yeah. Russian invasion kind of helped a little bit for the Tories and then back. Lib Dems just kind of, they're doing a bit better now. UKIP are back to 2%. Wallace defended Turkey's offensive against the Syrian Democratic Forces in northeastern Syria at a NATO meeting. He commented, Turkey needs to do what it sometimes has to defend itself. In a phone call with Saudi Arabia, Vice Defense Minister Prince Khalid bin Salman, Wallace discussed ways to strengthen defense relations with Saudi. Oh God, yeah. So probably not a very good guy. Oh. Yeah, this is the one I saw. The 12-point lead. Yeah. Yeah. It's the vaccine rollout. This put the Tories back up. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll just wait and see what happens next, eh? Pincher. I'm gonna fucking die. Oh no. How about this guy? Boris bin Johnson. Why not? Wallace voted against same-sex marriage. I think we saw that. Let's see. Social issues. Voted against laws to a mixture for and against gay marriage. 2 votes for, 4 against between 2013 and 2019. Voted against equal gay rights. 2, 4, 9 against. Yeah. It's difficult though because like it's much harder for conservative MPs to push anti-LGBT legislation as it is in the US, because I mean even the US is like a states thing, right? Yeah. What an absolute mess. Who's going to be next? I don't know. I don't know if are they gonna have debates? Probably. That's what they usually do. Campaigning. There aren't that many conservative members though. It's not like a huge thing. Oh. But yeah, that's the thing is like there's no big name, really. Like no obvious name. No like big second in line kind of thing going on. So who do I want next? I have no idea. I think anyone who's not Priti Patel or apparent would probably be like manageable. The only one I'm really scared of is Priti Patel because she's so fucking horrible. But I think all the other ones will be about the same. I don't really know any meaningful differences between them. Yeah, Rab as well is really bad. Leadsom would be bad. Yep, she'd be really fucked. I think Rab's thing is that he just hates poor people. Like, is Her Majesty going to ask you to form a government on her behalf? Maybe. Maybe if we're lucky. Fingers crossed, you know? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mog. Is Mog even going to run? I don't know if Mog can actually, like, consolidate that much of a support base. I don't know. Maybe. It's not impossible. Imagine Liz Truss is, yeah, imagine. The thing is, though, like, Jacob probably, could he win amongst Tory voters, though? I don't know. I always thought Mog was just there to kind of LARP for the small minority of, like, deranged fucking Victorian obsessed dipshits, you know? Anyway, he's too busy taking care of his 18 kids or whatever weird Catholic shit he gets up to. Yeah, that's always what I thought about Mog, is like they like him a lot, but didn't he have to go quiet for ages because he said some really dumb shit about poor people? Didn't that happen? Them's the breaks. Oh god. He got his meme out there. I wonder if the UK has anything similar to QAnon. Not really. I think even for like anti-vax, I think that was a lot worse in France than it was in Britain. Climate awareness, I think, is actually quite high in Britain. I think support for Ukraine is definitely higher in the UK than it is in France. So yeah.